like even an idea. They'll tell you that two heads are better than one. Sparkle in love with a dash of kindness. Hi there, it's your girl NENECHERRY. I am putting on this because of my sight problem. Let's see if I'm able to read out whatever I need to do. But yeah, maybe you need to see my eyes. Did you miss my eyes? Did you miss my eyes? Anyway, welcome to those that are coming in for the first time. Please do stay by subscribing and hitting a notification button so that when I upload a new video, you will be among the MVP. The MVP know this, right? Thank you so much. Thank you for holding me up. All right. How are you doing? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. I am fine. I am okay. Well, today we're going to be talking about self-love redefined. What does that mean? The world is talking about self-love. It's talking about how you need to focus on yourself, how you need to reset, how you need to have time for yourself, to have those me times, right? But for me, I want to redefine self-love, and I want to put it into three parts: God, others, yourself. People be like, just shut up, girl. When they say self-love, they're talking about self, but just take the time. Take the time with me. Listen, just listen, guys. If you love God, right? Or rather, if you love yourself, you will accept God as your God and as your Savior, as your refuge, as your strength. And if you love yourself, you know that we need people at the end of the day. So others are important for your self-love, okay? And then yourself as well. So three parts. Now, I will explain into detail as to what I mean about that. And already, if you have something to comment, please do comment. I really appreciate when I get to the comment section, I see you expressing what you guys understand from maybe the video at the moment, or maybe even the other content, the content that I've put out there. And yeah, to those that are so close and that have my number, when they call me, they just tell me, you know what, girl, keep it up, go on. And I know I am not perfect, but I do what I think I know I can do, and to my ability, right? Isn't it? So yeah, let's keep this going. So self-love redefined: God, others, you. What do I mean about God? If you love yourself, like I said, you must give your life to God. God created you. God created me. So without Him in our lives, there's no way you can claim to love yourself. By you not accepting Him as your personal Savior, and by you not accepting the price that He gave for you to be whole again, for you to have a second chance, for you, to live again, is denying of loving yourself. Okay, so you must love Him, you must live for Him, and you can only live for Him by serving Him in truth and in spirit. Now, how do you love God, and how do you show that you love yourself? Is by spending time in reading His Word, praying to Him, singing praises to God. This is not new. So when you are taking time for meditation, because it's about you, you need to take time to read His Word. Because you know what, I do not know, to those that are Bible scholars, if they can relate with me. Guys, my eyes are troubling me. I need to put on this, but anyway, so that I don't look shady like I'm it. But well, you'd find that your strength is renewed, you know. If you're going through something, you just find yourself, relaxing and saying, wow, God, thank you for having me, you know. And the word of God, as it is, like someone said, it's just basic instructions before leaving earth. And for every instruction that's in there, it's not just talking about Him, but how you should live, how you should live for others, and how you should worship Him in truth and in in spirit. So if you love yourself, or when you are doing that self, or if you're becoming self-aware and that you want to love yourself, you need to put God first. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now, something that you'll be like, but now if you're talking about yourself, where how do others come in? Because I mean, the word will tell you you need to detach yourself from others in order for you to be filled up and everything, which I'm going to explain later. But listen, um, we are people's people. I don't know if you understand that. I think if there's anything that the pandemic has taught us is that we need each other. I'm a self, um, can I say proclaimed or self, I don't know, where I'm like, I'm an introvert. And if anything, and I am telling you, like, true tea, I can spend time with myself and enjoy myself more than I can be with people. But I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to be with people, because I also need people. But there are times, and I think everyone can also relate to when maybe if you want to recharge. But for me, it's not even about recharging. So if, let's say, there's an event and everyone is so hyped about, we need to go to an event, and that person will be like, but can I just remain? Not because I want to be antisocial, but I just feel like there's this energy that I just have of just being alone. And now when I'm alone, it's not that then I start regretting, say, why did I not follow? Because I don't have that fear of missing out. And I've got a lot of things to do. So I write a lot, I read a lot. So I don't feel that emptiness. But then I know, though, there's a difference, though. So I know when I need to be around people, and I know at the time when I need to pull myself out of people, because there's sometimes when you just get so drained. But we need others. I mean, God called us to be of service to other people, not in a sense that you need to fix everybody, or that you need to be, which you need to be an anchor for other people because you are the Jesus that they see, but um, just to be there for other people, because some people need the hugs, the talk, and just you being there for them means quite a lot. So we are people of the people, right? And you didn't just become, but God provisioned your being, okay? God provisioned your being, and it was through the people that you are. I do not know if you understand this, or you don't get how deep this is. All right? He created you, gave you parents. So be it a seed of love or evil, you were created for his purpose. And when I say be it seed of love or evil, because I mean everyone. And I think this is how God wanted it to be, because God had this perfect plan for all of us. But because sin came into the world, that people, once upon a time that they were good, they turn out to be something else. So be it that, or maybe, if I may put it this way, also in a nutshell, is that maybe you were conceived under a certain circumstance, right? A certain circumstance. It doesn't matter. God provisioned it that you could be born. All right? Because you were created for a purpose. So now that you're here, you need people. Okay? Now that you're on this earth, despite where you're coming from, despite what you've gone through, despite how you were conceived, you need people. All right? So people they play um, rather vital and important is the same, a vital role for us. Um, they make us think more than what we can think of. Like even an idea, they'll tell you that two heads are better than one. So when you like have ideas, be it is business, be it it's at work, be it that you're just socializing, it's more fun when you're talking about things. And I mean, I would want to say I'm quite fun, but it's only to those that, I mean, they are very close to me, that will know I mean, I don't have too many sides, or I don't even have two sides. but it's just because somebody doesn't know me, so they might just know me on a different level than the others. So they might find me fun because I mean, I love to talk and I'm quite naughty at sometimes, but the only way this could come out is when I'm around people, and the people that I love and the people that I just adore to be around with. And that's where also the difference is. I don't just try to mix with everybody because everyone is mixed up with everyone. I tend to choose who I can mix with and who I can talk to. So even if I have to be with everyone, then it will depend on the discussion that we have. So now, when I'm having the discussion, some people may think it's quite shallow, and I don't want to make it in a way to say because you're thinking it's quite shallow because you are shallow. So this is why we're not having that level of understanding. But no, it's only for the fact that I'm like, okay, I know that if I come to you, there are certain things that we can talk about, and I know my limit with you, and I know where I can, you know, I can accelerate, and so forth and so on to others as well. It's the same thing. So we need people because sometimes they give us that energy that if we were alone we wouldn't have. Okay. And those the last video that I did where I was talking about touch, and where I said my love language is touch, but I mean don't tap me. That's another thing. But when you get to, like, maybe even hold hands with someone, or as ladies, when you talk and you give each other high fives, there's something about that than just sitting home alone and just trying to say, okay, because this is self-love, I need to be alone. And besides that, that won't be even self-love itself, because you're depriving yourself from enjoying people's company. You're depriving yourself from exploring or experiencing new things, and new places like that. Okay, so now when you now have friends, why it becomes quite toxic and sometimes why people wouldn't want to be with people, it's because we open up either too quickly or too deeply. I don't know if you understand that. So just because you seem fun and I'm like, okay, you know what, I can click with this woman or I can click with this guy in a sense, and then you'll be like, okay, so because maybe today we had this fun talk and we went all the way in and it was okay, it was blissful, if I'm putting this for lack of good term, and then I just now begin to offload things, as quick as possible, and then I realize that, oh no, this is not the kind of person that I need to tell, because at the end of the day there's some people who are like, what, tell me, and your words will be known to the world, or tell me that even my own dog will know that, okay, that's the person that I was talking about. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. And then we share either too quickly or deeply, that we bring out things that are supposed to be confidential. And it's not a matter of you saying, but this is confidential, because even as my friend said, this is confidential, it's up to the person that you are sharing that message to. And I mean, I think even when you do a confidential talk, they might not necessarily talk about it in the social circle, in your social circle, but they'll be able to relate this to another person in their own social circle at the end of the day. Sometimes just to get a context out of your story, or just, I to say, because you know what, that sometimes secrets and some things that we call confidential that are quite too heavy, that yes, you receive them and you be like, okay, I don't need to share it to other people, they don't need to know about this, and saying it's them, and therefore it's okay. But okay, in which circle are these people? And then when you identify that, you'd be like, okay, I'm not going to share with these people, because once I do, they need to get to her. Therefore, I'm going to call someone all the way to in Australia. I don't know why I picked that, but well, I'm gonna call someone in Australia and talk to that person about this situation, because now you're in hopes of, that you may not hear about it. That okay, she talked about you, and then that person in Australia, maybe when they're having a situation, and so because they've heard about that, they'll be able to bring it. And it's not necessarily that then they'll be gossiping because of that, but because now the situation that they're in or a situation that has been brought to hand, the line of thought, or rather their line of thought, is according to what was shared then. I don't know if you get it. But then most of the times we get hurt because we share too much. We share too quickly and too deep. Okay? And also, you need to learn to detach yourself from negativity. And this is, and now I'm talking about why so many people would say others cannot be of self-love. I think I've already explained why you need other people and how it's part of you loving yourself, right? But it only becomes, we're trying to now identify how it becomes toxic for you, that you don't even feel to be around other people, because you need people. And that's the only way you can say that you also what? Love yourself. So you have to learn to detach yourself from negativity, toxic relationship, be it's a love affair, it's the agape love and whatever, with the list that goes on. You need to, I don't know if it's the agape love. I'm just trying to say different kind of relationships, right? So you need to learn to de- uh, disattach yourself um, from that, because sometimes, even especially with women, I mean, somebody was saying the worst enemy that you can ever have, and the bitter and the fierce and the bad and whatever word that you may think that is negative, um, is from a woman. And not just from a woman to a man, but like woman to woman. Sometimes we actually are kind when it comes to a guy, but when it comes to a woman, we go in and we are so brutal about that. And also just relatives. Sometimes there are some relatives that don't mean so well. And you even know that when you receive a call from this one, your heart will be like on the floor. So you went from there and you end up being on the floor because of the negativity that comes with it. And maybe not because they bring in sad news, but maybe, they just, I don't know, there's just this negative, as they say in the world, the negative vibe that they bring. And the friends themselves as well. Now, talking about self. I mean, it's going to be a short video, but I hope it will be impactful. Talking about self love. You can't pour, or rather, you can't pour out, or you cannot pour into a cup when your cup is empty. Now, on this one, and before we get into this one, sometimes we claim that our cups are empty. This is why we cannot pour out unto others. But it's because we just want to hold on to whatever we have, because we do not want to share. I do not know if you understand this. There's this analogy that I was seeing on someone's status, where they were showing someone was feeling quite drained and they were like on the low battery. So as a human being, they're showing like they have this battery on them, right? And it was running low and they're feeling so sad and everything. And then there was this person who just had 5%. And it's like, but okay, I do not want to see my friends so low like that. And I mean, I'm also running out, but I would want to see them energized. I would like to see them happy again, and I would like to see them, become who they are or what they aspire to be. And therefore, they went to that person and poured just a little bit of what they had. And guess what? Both of their recharging batteries were all filled up. They were like powered up. And that's what Ubuntu is. Do you say, is that what they say? Ubuntu, or that's what being a people's person is all about. How you hold each other's hands. Because, and when one falls, one needs to be there to hold on to the other person, and vice versa. It works like that. And yeah, in on that side of pouring out. But then, though, just to be on the real side again, when you are empty, there's no way you'll be able to share it with other people. And sometimes people think automatically, because maybe you've been this bubbly person, you've been out there, and you've always been helping other people, you shouldn't get sad, or you shouldn't feel a certain type of a way. You should always be in the high spirits. I remember there was a time when I was going through something, and then someone noticed and was like, okay, but if you act like this and if you feel like this, then what? Who are we going to run to? Then I was like, I'm also human. I'm also human. And actually, for my healing, I need to feel this, and I need to go through this and be able to recharge and be able to be a good friend and a shoulder to cry on, right? So that's one. And also, you need to learn to take time to meditate, like I said earlier. Reset, just take time to be, as in, even Jesus himself did it, but it was after he was of service to others, and after he had also had a talk with God, so he was with service with other people, and then he realized to say, in order for me to give myself freely, in order for me to do what's important, I need to first go and recharge. So he would go out and then take time to pray and just be alone. And after he was recharged because he was praying to God and everything, then he would come back and continue with his ministry. So you also need to do that. You need to recharge, take time out. And taking time out is not that you just need to go to expensive places. You can be in your home, just have, like, today is just a pajama day, and I'll try to be in the bed almost the whole day. So this, I think, may work during the weekends. And maybe make yourself of tea or soup or something. Read books if you're like me, or write a journal if you're like me, or maybe watch a movie here and there, or listen to the podcast. Nowadays, that these affirmation podcasts, you have this motivational podcast. If you feel like you're quite low, it can easily boost you up, right? And then also, um, as you create time for yourself to recharge, exercise. Exercise brings out the endorphins that will make you feel so happy and all that. Find time to exercise, just to release out your stress. Go out more. And like I said, going out doesn't mean that you have to be in an expensive place. You can just be like taking a walk at the beach, window shopping, maybe just buy some ice cream here and there, and go and watch a movie. I mean, maybe you might have a home cinema at home. You might have a home cinema at home, but at the end of the day, you just want to be like, okay, I just need my time alone. Then you go out there and go and watch a movie and do some other thing, like, get a hobby that you can do by yourself, and surround yourself with good company. Again, you need other people. So you need to know that, okay, in this area, when I go to these people, I will feel a certain type of a way. And when I go to these people, I will get this, the hype that I need. I'll get the affirmation that I need. I'll get, so you know whom um, to surround yourself with. And then read, read a book. It helps. It stimulates your brain. It helps in memory, like, to gather memory, and to help you have that um, great mind sense, great sense of thinking, and watch documentaries. And instead of just like movies, nowadays there are great documentaries that I can really like advise you to, like, go out and watch, or be it when it's in your home, and yeah, and just live your life and enjoy and be intentional about your life as well. Because there are times when we are just like, rushing things like crazy. But at the end of the day, you need your time. And sometimes have a routine. This is how you can redefine your self love. Have a routine. And I can tell you, people that do routines, most of the times they get a lot of things done, because I know at this time and that time I'm supposed to have done this, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, because there's some people who would want to work on impulse, and there's some people who can work well under pressure, and there are those people who need to first, program everything to the T and then move step by step. But either way, you just need a routine that you can keep and that is realistic at the end of the day as well. Because you can say it's like having a vision board. You can cut out, those Pinterest boards and everything, and it looks great. But at the end of the day, to just be a board and written vision board with a lot of pictures put together if you are able to do it. So do things that are realistic. I'll give you an example as to how my vision board, and actually my vision board is this small, right? And yeah, my daughter gave me this flower, a red flower, I don't know what to call it, and I stuck it there. So each time when I see it, I just smile, and then I have put in just few of my vision. The long, I've put like two long terms, and each time when I meet up with my short term, I take that one out and put again. So it's like two long term and two short term goals. And then when I meet those short term one, I take quickly and take them out. So what I've done is I only put the things that I believe that they can be achieved, right? I put them there and then I take them out. So what would be a vision board that you can say, okay, because it's a New Year's resolution, because these are the things that we do actually when it's like New Year's time, right? To be like, okay, I need to work out, I need to lose weight, and certain weight until this and that and that and that, and maybe I need to go places, I need to start a business, or maybe now I need to go to my boss and ask for a raise and all those things, and as you can hear, they are very good, but are they doable as to you, a person? Because maybe for me it can work, but to others it cannot. And you see, it cannot be like all tailored for everybody. You have to do something that you alone can do and is realistic and that is doable, right? So you write down that and then you keep on doing that. And I know it will help you very well, and you can move from height to higher, from lower height to higher heights. So if you have a routine or if you have to make a vision board, do that. It will help you to know exactly what you have to do. And like, let's say if we're talking about routine, it can be like, let's say from Monday to Friday, because maybe if you're working from 8 to 5 hours or whatever it could be, if you're in a corporate setup or anything, then you tell yourself weekends. Obviously, for me, I go to church on the Sabbath, which is Saturday. So I'll be like, okay, Saturday is just like off limit. No, it's nobody else but God. All right. And then Sunday, that's where you can now start allocating to say, okay, what can I do on Sunday, at what time and whatsoever. Then those are the things that you do for yourself. And I know I've told actually with my kids, I say like mostly on the weekends, it's my time. So whether I choose to be at home, I just want to run the ship according to the way I just want it, and I do not want any disturbance. Or I need to go out and then just be me. Not that because now I'm tired of my family or I'm tired of my children. It's not like that. For me to be a better parent to my kids, I need that time alone. For me to be a better partner to my spouse, I need to have that time alone, and vice versa too. So that when we come, we are energized and re-energized. Yeah, and then we'll be able to, like, get to chill and enjoy each other's company. So that's what self-love redefined in this channel is all about. So God first, others, and yourself. All right. Okay, then, have a good one. I just hope that if it's your first time watching, you've already subscribed and you've liked it and you're ready to comment on, to give more ideas or to just give a feedback on this video. And then also, you share as to many people as you can, and to you, the older old folks that have been here with me, well, I appreciate you. And don't forget to comment on the comment section so that I may know that one, you're watching and you're telling me where you're watching me from and what you think about this. It will help me to grow the content. But this time, I'm just so happy that the videos are not as bad as they used to be last year, right? Can you testify to that? Write it in the comment. Otherwise, sparkle in love with a dash of kindness. Yeah. Sparkle in love with a dash of kindness. Bye bye.